Disclaimer, you might get wrecked, okay? But we're Rekt survivors. I think the point of getting wrecked is hopefully you get wrecked less than you win, right? So I know Jeanette says she got wrecked. We've all been wrecked, but I think the point is staying in the game, right? So I'm even up, honestly, even after 400 grand lost in Anchor. I'm up, but next slide. So Hamza is about building a fairer game. Maybe we should be a nonprofit too. You know, a lot of investors think we're not thinking much about money, but I believe, you know, I'm building this not for you guys. No Jeets allowed. If you're a Jeet, or what did Milton call it? Paper hands. Paper hands. Maybe you're not the right place, but we're trying to make a more fair game. So Milton said, I've been selling on Amazon, eBay since 2004. eBay 04. Amazon 2006. Yeah, I'm a 7-figure seller. I make a lot of money on Amazon still, but I don't like Amazon. I sell on it because I kind of have to. Next slide. Or I can click. So the problem mostly is the seller side. I'm a seller and I hate Amazon, but I have to use it because that's how I make my money. And I guess buyers don't seem to have a problem right now, right? Buyers like Amazon. That's what they all tell me. Do you like Amazon? No. But in society, I believe this Donald Trump stuff just came out like a couple days ago. I think there's gonna be less choices for buyers and society. You know, the big ones are gonna survive and the small ones are gonna die. COVID did it, Donald Trump is doing it, right? It means basically when this stuff happens, it kills the small and just the big ones survive. And that means you're gonna have less choices. That means prices are gonna go up, and you're gonna have only these multinational corporations that can survive Donald Trump and survive COVID. Those are the only products you're gonna be able to buy. The small guys are gone. So you're gonna get less choice and get stuck buying from, you know, all these conglomerates. Next slide. So the solution is infrastructure for public good, so DCOM, and various front ends, right? Front ends. Hamza's a front end, but we want you to maybe build your own front end. But we're making the first front end called Hamza.market. And what Hamza, I'll share you what the name means later. But the idea is separating the data layer and separating like dispute layer from the application layer. The problem in Web 2, as you all know, is they have all your money, they have all your data, they have all the power. We're just a pawn in their game. We're just a checkbox on a TOS that we had to check to get an account. We had no choice. You check that box. You know, you checked that box when you signed up. Basically, that box you checked means you own nothing and you will be happy. All right? That's what the box checked means. You own nothing and you have to accept their terms. Oh, you don't have to accept their terms. If you don't accept the terms, you can't sign up. That's what they say. But you check that box. So it's confusing. Everybody's confused. And I'm kind of, people keep saying Hamza. But my lawyers don't let me do what I want to do. And I'm doxxed. So Hamza's, the front end, is not going to be a token because it's a security, all right? But Hamza is a front end marketplace that will actually, you know, earn the profits of the sales. And DCOM is a decentralized commerce, decentralized e-commerce or decentralized commerce is a public goods protocol. So that'll be the token. And Hamza is one of the marketplaces. But the name Hamza is, I think it's an Indian person's name or a Middle Eastern person's name, first name and last name. For Dr. Hamza discovered an underground river when he was a professor in South America that flows underneath the Amazon River that is wider and deeper than the Amazon. So the underground Amazon River. Yeah?
Is that where Journey to the Center of the Earth came from, maybe?
Maybe. So it's questionable. It's on Wikipedia, so it's real, right? I think maybe I could pay off Wikipedia and to say that if I wanted. Or I could pay off Wikipedia. Well, I'm not rich enough or powerful enough, or I'm not WEF, so I maybe can't change Wikipedia. But it's on Wikipedia, so it must be real. But there's questions because it's such a slow-moving river that it might not be really a river, but it's slow-moving water underneath the Amazon. So that's the name. Next. So how big is the market, right? I mean, it's the whole commercial market, so big market. I think that's enough. Next slide. Lots of crypto degenerates. Look at this room. And they all have crypto they don't want to take off-ramp, and they can just buy physical products instead of off-ramping. Or another one, I mean, I use these crypto cards too, but the difference of us with a crypto card is you still have to pay Visa, MasterCard. I have a crypto card I use, and that's good, but what we're trying to do is be completely on-chain. I'll show you some more technical stuff later, but I don't accept the solution as a crypto card because you're still stuck with Visa, MasterCard. I think they're more evil than a lot of the other ones, right? You get a haircut, you use a credit card, they get 2%. You buy your groceries, they get 2%. They get 2% on everything. Next. So here's a little bit more technical for you. I hope you can understand. So we're separated it to make DCOM as an infrastructure where you have your escrow smart contract, dispute resolution, product catalog moderation. So we're not going to be Silk Road. I know Ross got out of jail. I wish I could meet him one day, but I don't think I want to take his place in jail. Maybe I'm going to go to jail. They said on that podcast, jail's not that bad. Those guys are in jail. So maybe this recording will show me and I'm in jail. I've accepted that. Even though I have 2 kids, I hope I don't go to jail. But we will have moderation. So the idea is the governance here of what can be sold on Hamza will be at the Hamza layer. And also at the DCOM layer, we'll have another moderation of catalog where if you want to kill somebody and you make a listing to kill somebody, I don't think we're going to let you have a listing to do hits on people. We're not going to drugs. I don't know. I mean, Bangkok is legal, so why can't you sell drugs, right? In Bangkok or in Thailand, but in certain places, wherever, that's the idea. Is it's going to kind of be moderated that way through the token holders and data hosting and indexing. So this is at the DCOM level, and then at the Hamza level or the front end, you can have your own front end, which we're going to be a framework. You have the front end UI, right? And then the wallet will go to these different, the seller, the buyer, and the governance from the application layer. So you'll have a governance model as a buyer or seller. You'll have a seller admin, and of course a marketplace to buy and sell. And this is all live now. Hamza.market, admin.hamza.market for seller side. Seller side right now is not public. I have to add you manually. I have to whitelist your wallet. Buyer, anybody can buy. There's about 7 sellers. And a little bit more technical that usually I don't talk about. I usually have somebody on a team. But similar idea, and I'm talking to some other partner projects to maybe help on the swapping. But we're going to accept Bitcoin soon. Right now we're Ethereum, USDT, USDC. And right now, the seller is forced to accept any of those 3. Roberto was at my party a couple days ago. He sells air filters. He doesn't want ETH. He likes Bitcoin, but he's got to accept ETH for now. But in the future, it could auto-swap to the tokens that the sellers want to receive. So if the seller wants a certain currency only, it can auto-swap. But for right now, we're not doing this. And the idea is it's a 2 of 3 multi-sig. Buyer, seller, and then right now it's our team is the 3rd signer, but the long term is the signer is a pool of arbiters approved in a DCOM network that'll be assigned to your case. So if there's a dispute about receiving the product quality, catalog dispute, it's going to this pool of judges that are approved through our community. And I have a great team member, some of you met Bo, that's taking care of that. So of course, we're trying to give lower fees and more ownership to the user. So I don't know if you know, but a lot of you don't know, Amazon takes about 50% of the price. So if you pay $20 on Amazon, the seller gets about 10. Yeah, I mean, so it's nice for buyers. And now Donald Trump's taking his cut, right? I don't know, versus strategic reserve. We're gonna have less fees is our main pitch on this slide. But it's not just about fees, it's about ownership, it's about rewards. Of course, there's gonna be airdrops and everything else we'll be sharing later. Next slide. Yeah, and another idea is if Mark wants to have us sell in Pepe, maybe Pepe can give me some tokens, right? So maybe if certain projects want to accept their token on our platform, we could charge some kind of fee for that. As another model, but of course seller fees and potentially community partnerships. Next. So also I'm global from Asia. Jeanette's here and Nap. Low information is a community of sellers I started, but we're growing this as a network, and we have a conference. We have other partners we're looking for, and if you want to partner with us, Mark's our advisor, and we're looking for more people to work with. Next. This is the allocation. I think we're 90% sure this is true, but this might change. We're fundraising now, $500,000 at 6.25 million valuation, $1 billion market cap, $1 billion token, and you can see this. Some advisor pool, reserves, community, but you can see like our team is 15%, right? So I hope this is a fair, but you can tell lots of community. Actually, this is also community. Early sellers, not Jeeters, not paper hands. These are merchants. I should change this to merchant, not Jeets. Jeets don't get 10%. Sorry, Jeets, if you're watching. But this is merchant. So we're going to give rewards to early sellers like Roberto and others. We haven't figured out the exact breakdown, but we're going to incentivize merchants that work with us in early days. And then liquidity and investor. So we're doing 5% pre-sale right now. I don't know if I can list that 5% with Liquify. Yeah, you can. But we're doing 5% right now pre-sale at 500K US. Next. And then, yeah, I mean, it's kind of technical. And of course, this is public on links.decom.network. He's literally pulling this off the site. But you can see our unlocks and bridge rounds here. Next. But yeah, we're all about DAOs. We're all about community owned. Anybody heard of HATS protocol? HATS protocol.xyz. So Bo is a great team member. I think maybe Anastasia knows him, but he's helping a lot with the HATS integration. So the idea is it's not just one big DAO that does everything. But basically, we're really trying to make this truly decentralized. I know people have bad experience with DAOs, but we're not doing it like one big DAO and every proposal has to be submitted to this big DAO and everything's voted out. We're going to have these sub-DAOs and really try to break it down so that people can work on specific parts of the organization. So that's like dev guilds and policy guilds. And I'm not as experienced on this part, but we're trying to basically break it down so that people have votes and power on more specific parts of the process. Next. Roadmap, kind of hard to read, and I hope I'm not boring you too much to death, but basically we have a working product, bootstrapped, and we're raising $500,000 right now to try to kind of do more marketing, and maybe Anastasia can help us with marketing, maybe, talking to her. And I think we're kind of at phase, and David. There's David, okay. But, we need a lot of money for marketing, I think, right? Marketplaces. But we have a great dev team, mostly in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where I am. And it's kind of hard to read, I don't want to bore you, so you can read this yourself. But the idea is we're trying to be a truly open protocol, so people can build their own marketplaces. I'm not trying to make another Amazon. I'm like the guy in the Gladiator movie. It's like, are you really gonna take Rome and give it back to the people? I am, man. Like, maybe you don't believe me, but I've been wrecked enough. I don't mind. Or actually, sorry. Birds are fake. Birds are fake. John is our CTO, core dev, Polish American in Chiang Mai. That's me. Ecom guy, 20 years. Andres, our legal dude. And Alex, maybe saw him at the party on Wednesday. He's in Bangkok. He's kind of our communications and business guy. Next. I think that's it. But that's it. I don't have a QR. I should put a QR on here. But I'm in the group, and I'll be around. So I hope this is inspiring. And thank you.